may this be one of the best moments of your life. You're listening to the Business Mirror Podcast for a broader look on business with Senior Editor Dennis Estopase.
Good day. Welcome to Business Mondays with BM, a segment of the BM Broader Look podcast, which focuses on the Philippine stock market. The Business Mondays with BM podcast is based on the stock market outlook story, which is written by Business Mirror reporter VG Kabuwag and comes out every Monday. For the text version online, please go to www.businessmirror.com.ph and search for Stock Market Outlook. For the print edition, please go to the companies section of the Business Mirror newspaper. Let's get on with the story.
Powered by Hino Philippines.
Share prices fell again last week, its third straight weekly decline, with the main index nearing the 5,000-point level as trading volume dropped further, with investors still staying on the sidelines. The benchmark Philippine Stock Exchange Index fell 85.49 points to close at 6,003.26 points. Christopher Mangun, research head at AAA Securities Incorporated, said the index attempted to climb at the beginning of the week after the government opened the economy further by increasing the dine-in capacity of establishments as well as reducing curfew hours in selected areas. However, Mangun said the optimism was short-lived as buying pressure was minimal. According to Mangun, external factors such as the rising tensions between the United States and China had little to no effect on the market, as investors focused on the current business atmosphere of the Philippine economy. The average daily trading for the week was at 3.71 billion pesos, with Friday recording the lowest value for the week at just 2.82 billion pesos. Foreign investors were net sellers at 1.72 billion pesos. All other sub-indices were down with the exception of the Mining and Oil Index, which gained 18.41 points to 5,130.44 points. The broader All Shares Index shed 46.59 to close at 3,533.01. The Financials Index fell 14.83 to 1,183.62. The Industrial Index declined 80.66 to close at 7,336.79. The Holding Firms Index retreated 136.73 to 6,268.98. The Property Index decreased 16.40 to close at 2,924.50, and the Services Index lost 25.03 to 1,392.39. For the week, losers edged gainers 135 to 88, and 23 shares were unchanged. The top gainers were MJC Investments Corporation, Benguet Corporation A and B shares, Del Monte Pacific Limited, Lepanto Consolidated Mining Company A and B shares, United Paragon Mining Corporation, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated. The top losers, meanwhile, were ABS-CBN Corporation, Altus Property Ventures Incorporated, Certec Holdings Philippines Corporation, Semirara Mining and Power Corporation, Metro Alliance Holdings and Equities Corporation, and Republic Glass Corporation. Share prices may improve this week as investors are expected to pick up bargain stocks, while companies may also buy for their month-end window dressing activities. Mangun said investors may find current valuations attractive as prices have moved back to levels seen at the beginning of June. Mangun added they have been expecting the index to test its breakout support of 5,950 as it fell to this level at the end of last week, but quickly recovered as buyers rushed back in. Higher trading volumes will correlate with the market's rise, Mangun said. President Duterte is scheduled to give his fifth State of the Nation address today, Monday, and investors will be taking cues on what to expect from the current administration in the coming months. Meanwhile, Jafet Luis Tanchanco, senior research analyst at Philstocks Financials Incorporated, said investors will still monitor the pandemic situation and also the souring U.S.-China relations. Tanchanco said a sustained or intensified pace in the daily increase of local COVID-19 cases and a further escalation of the tensions between Washington and Beijing may drive the local market deeper into negative territory. Investors are also expected to look out for cues regarding the government's plans for the economy and against the pandemic from the President's State of the Nation address, Tanchanko said. A minor support for the main index is seen to be building at the 6,000 level, and resistance is seen at the 6,100 to 6,170 range. Tanchanko said the local market may test the 6,000 support this week. For the stock picks, Call Financials Incorporated recommends to accumulate the stocks of PLDT Incorporated, as the telecommunications company heavyweight will become the beneficiary of strong demand for data, as revenues from data already accounting for around 70% of total service revenues in the first quarter. Call Financial said PLDT Incorporated also had a turnaround of wireless segment, as evidenced by a 13% growth for the first quarter. Call Financials gave a fair value of the company's stock price at 1,640 pesos per share and advised to buy at 1,426 pesos. The share price of PLDT Incorporated closed last Friday at 1,340 pesos apiece. Meanwhile, Call Financials also recommended to buy the stocks of D&L Industries Incorporated, as its focus on specialization of products will be beneficial over the long term, providing it with customer loyalty and higher margins. Call Financials advised to buy below 4 pesos and 96 centavos and gave a fair value on the stock at 6 pesos and 20 centavos per share. The shares of D&L Industries Incorporated closed last week at 4 pesos and 69 centavos apiece.
Brought to you by Hino Philippines.
Thank you for listening to the Business Mirror podcast. For a broader look on business, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Business Mirror. Until next time.